think we can push it to 6 o'clock. Actually, it's fine. Another 27 minutes. 6 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So looks like we'll have to use the 4G network. Not sure how much it's going to work, but we're going to try as much as possible. And the team over here, FCRIT, still fixing some of the LEDs. Still fixing some of the LEDs. Okay, looks like it's coming along well. Now you can see that we are showing you some of the feed out here that's coming along, and it might not be the best live stream out there, but it's still something. Now you can see that we're showing you some of the feed out here that's coming along, and it might not be the best live stream out there, but it's coming something. Now you can see that we're showing you some of the feed out here that's coming along, and it might not be the best live stream out there, but it's coming something. Now you can see that we're showing you some of the feed out here that's coming along, and it might not be the best live stream out there, but it's coming something. Now you can see that we're showing you some of the feed out here that's coming along, and it might not be the best live stream out there, but it's coming something. Now you can see that. Alright, so just going to put some few logos. The IDRL logo is up. Now we're going to put the FCRIT logo, and yeah, let's see if we can get this. Hello, 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 hello. Alright, so we have the logo for FCRIT as well. Just going to grab that one. Cool, and now both the feeds are coming in. The only thing is now that we have to show you the second feed out here. So 2 Mbps is the connection that we are getting, and we have a bit of a disconnection issue from one of the devices, but we'll try that again. A little bit sensitivity over here, so all we have to do is be very, very precise. Yeah, so let it scan now. You can see one of the quads has landed, and if you want to fly, you can fly. Okay, then yeah, you fly. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, pilots, this time we are allowing tiny whoops, okay, just for the sake of beginners. If you want to fly with tiny whoops, you can come in. Not consistent. I thought about it. तो मैनुअल टाइमर इनके दो वॉलंटियर और जेडी भाई भी है अपना जेडी जेडी भाई जेडी भाई आपका बहुत ज़रूरी काम है ज़रूरी काम है आपके आ जाओ आ जाओ आ जाओ चलो आ जाओ सी यू हैव टू अभी इसको समझा दो ना जरा Okay. All right. So we are actually also streaming live right now over 4G directly to IDRL YouTube. Given the limited bandwidth over 4G network, uh, but if there is a Wi-Fi connection that is consistent, please let us know. Wi-Fi, both FCRIT and Council looks a little clogged up at this point in time. All right, so viewers who are joining us right now, setups have almost completed, delayed by about 40 minutes out here. But given that this is the first event, that's the first thing after COVID. It's been almost 2 years. The last one that we held was at NIT Goa, and now at FCRIT. But look at the splendid track. If you have seen any glimpses of what we have just shown you on the screen, You can see that it is majestic. The track elements are absolutely gorgeous. The way that FCRIT has built those elements is fantastic. They put in a lot of effort and thought as well into making sure that it's built on a low cost budget. So this is a great inspiration for any college who wants to host an IDRL. This is the way to build elements splendidly at a low cost. And also they are polished, painted white, and they also have the LEDs. So these LEDs are going to come on at around 6 p.m. local time, East Indian Standard Time (IST). Our followers and fans and supporters from all across the world joining us today. Welcome once again to IDRL Season 6, Episode 2 at FCRIT. That's Father C. Rodriguez Institute of Technology, Washi. And its slogan is Love Your Neighbor as Yourself. So we are loving everyone around us, and we are loving the season that's going to bring everything back again from what we just experienced after the whole COVID mess. We are back in action in the physical world. Also, we had held some SAH series. If you had joined us during that limbo period, do watch IDRL SAH series videos on YouTube as well. But we are more than thankful right now to be coming back. Hopefully, all of you have also got excited, and those are joining us right now. Please do spread the message to your friends and families that we are live on IDRL YouTube, streaming over 4G from the main gardens out here at Father Agnel Institute of Technology, Vashi. Myself, Karan Kamdar, I am going to be your host for the rest of the evening. This is a night drone racing race, perhaps one of its best creations in terms of the elements, the track, the team effort that has gone into it, and it'll all show once the track begins to light up. There's some photography as well that's happening simultaneously. The pilot that you're seeing on the left window over there is Shadow Walker. He is flying Tiny Whoop. Now we are allowing some Tiny Whoops to fly as well, given the beginners who were not initiated. A lot of things happened in the nick of time at the very end. So we are considering all these factors, and there are going to be a lot of following up events coming up very soon. The next one is most probably going to be in Dehradun in the end of March or early April, followed by IIT Delhi race, and then followed by MIT Pune. So these events are lined up. If you are already on IDRL, do check out that events tab. Keep subscribed to that. All the events that we get MOU certified are put up and announced right at that moment. And those who are joining us for the first time, do go to droneracingindia.com and register, as well as all the info on the IDRL app. This is IDRL at FCRIT Navi Mumbai Vashi, about to begin the night race in just a few minutes. We can start, I guess, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Is everything ready? The LEDs and everything? Okay. Right. Okay. We'll need some volunteers for the timing, for the backup. Yeah, just with their phones. Yeah. Uh, like two volunteers. Two volunteers, that's all. Okay. All right, so pilots, we are here at IDRL Season 6, Episode 2 at FRC Rodriguez Institute of Technology, Vashi. First of all, a big round of applause to the team behind this creation, all the team members who have put up this track. A round of applause to them, please. They have put up a lot of hard work in making all of these things happen. a gorgeous night drone racing track in front of you. The better half today of this morning was spent on the beginners track. 12 beginners participated and they qualified as pros. We are also allowing tiny whoops to compete in this first competition after the COVID thing happened. So it's been almost 2.5 years after which we are conducting a physical race, and we are absolutely thrilled to be at FCRIT Vashi. Now the pilots who are lined up after their practice sessions, we have a total of 24 pilots, and I'll just go over their call signs. These are the pilots who are going to compete, and we're going to run through a bunch of qualifiers followed by semis and followed by finals. So so pilots, please note your frequencies. We're going to be on R1, R3, and R6. So R1, R3, and R6 are going to be the assigned channels. Napster, you're going to be on R3, Ion FPV on R1, Eagle Eye FPV on R6. After that, there's going to be Dishank on R1, Hornet on R3, Kushang Solanki on R6, Shady on R1, Nishant FPV on R3, Striker on R6, IMDC on R1, Anand on R3, and Amaya Patil on R6. Yan FPV on R1, Frosty on R3, Giri FPV on R6, Shadow Walker on R1, Lookin Stark on R3, and Rutik on R6. So those are the 18 pilots. After that, we have another set of 6 pilots, which comprise of Punkbuster on R1, Amtaram on R3, and Ranimal on R6. Next comes Sid Darkness on R1, Archangel on R3, and Jacker FPV on R6. Okay, where's Imran? Imran? Also, Nilesh Jivani, NJ is requested to be here. There are some final video connections. There will be a big live screen projector from which our video streams will be projected right behind the LED screen so that our audience can see in real time the FPV view from the drones as it is coming in. So just for the sake of your information, those people who are joining us right now, this is IDRL, Indian Drone Racing League. Drone racing has come up as a major sport all across the world, and it's come to India. And today in your very own college, it comprises of very high-speed racing drones, and these drones can even race at more than 140 kilometers per hour. So keeping that in mind, I request those people who are spectating today in and around the ground to please keep themselves a little distance away. So please be outside the ground. Do not come into the ground. There is a LED projector screen, or an LED screen as they say, behind. You can watch all the live feed that will be shooting out straight through that LED screen. Also, if you are on your mobile devices, we have already started our live stream, and it's available on the IDRL YouTube channel. So you can just search for IDRL or Indian Drone Racing League on YouTube and subscribe to it, and you can see that it will be showing a live video right now. So both these options are available, the LED screen as well as the live stream. Now, given the roster of pilots that I just announced to you, these pilots have to follow a certain rule set, and the first of the rules is that all these pilots have to go cleanly through all the obstacles that you see on the ground. So spectators, there are a bunch of obstacles out here. If you can count them, they're about 15 or 16. I can just approximate right now, maybe more or less. but these are huge structures, and you may be wondering why they are so huge. The reason is that these pilots are wearing these FPV goggles, and the feed that is coming in from the drone with a camera that is attached in front of the drone, it is almost like uh, the gate size that they see on the FPV video with their goggles is very small. So we have to construct the elements on a larger scale. So the approximate size, for example, a square element out here is 6 by 6 feet with a 5 by 5 feet clearance on the inside. Like this, the other elements are also constructed, bunch of triangles, pentagons. There's also combined hybrid structures comprising of a diamond on the top and a square gate at the bottom. The way that the pilots have to traverse these obstacles is that they have to start their drones from the launch pad. You will see a little wooden launch pad out here that I'm pointing to right now on the right side. They take off the drones from that side, and they pass through this first square gate that I'm pointing to right now, and then they pass through the second square gate. After that, they go through a clockwise cycle into the two pentagons, and then they go into the three slaloms. So the three sticks that you see on the far side, we call them slaloms, and the pilots have to traverse them in a zigzag fashion from outside, and then inside, and then outside again. After that, they have to go through into that X-shaped structure, which is the largest, almost in terms of the physical overall height and breadth. If you compare, there are two triangles laid out like that. They have to first go on the top and then come out from the lower triangle. After that, they have to go through the two triangles directly at the center of the line of the field. And after the last second triangle, they have to go into the lower bottom of that huge structure out there on the left side, the square structure. They go behind, and then they come out on the diamond on the top. From that diamond on the left, they go on the right side diamond, and then they come out from the bottom square gate on the right side. After that, they have to go through the last hexagon, and then another hexagon and a stick out there at the very end. And the flow that will be happening will be clear to you once we start a few rounds. So this is going to happen at a very, very fast pace. The drones are going to just start, and they're going to have to complete 3 laps. Once they are completed with their 3 laps, we'll be noting down both their individual lap time and the total time that they have taken. The total time is what is most important, and based upon their total time, the pilots who complete the 3 laps in the shortest amount of time are able to qualify to the next rounds. So there are going to be a bunch of qualifiers depending upon the time that we have. It's almost 6 o'clock right now. We are allotted up to 9 p.m. We might be able to stretch it a little bit if the finals take a little longer. But ideally, there is a 3-hour show time that's going to happen out here. And within that, we're going to have at least 3 qualifiers and a maximum of 5 qualifiers, followed by semifinals and finally finals. In the finals, there's going to be 3 pilots again. So 24 pilots are split up into groups of 3. So there are a total of 8 groups. And we're going to start with the first group, second group, third group, and so on. 3 pilots flying at the same time. The other rule that pilots have to keep in mind is that we're going to set an absolute 2-minute timeout timer. If the second group after the first group has finished, that is all be a 2-minute timeout timer that will be started. And within that timeout timer, if the next group is not ready, then those pilots will be automatically disqualified for that particular qualifier round. They can, of course, get their chance for the second qualifier, but it, of course, reduces their chances to qualify for the semi-finals. The people who will be qualifying into the semi-finals will be a given number that I'll announce later, but there will be the pilots who do not qualify directly into the semi-finals also will be placed into a lower bracket, what we call as a B mains round. And in this B mains, say only 9 pilots in this B mains, only one pilot out of them will be joining the semi-finalists. And from the semi-finalists, finally, 3 finalists to compete in the finals. You'll be giving out prizes for 1, 2, 3, and then 1 to 7 totally for the whole race. So hope those doubts are clear. A few other things, minor things that pilots have to keep in mind, that they, if they miss a particular obstacle that they are doing while racing their heats, they have to come back and redo that obstacle. Because if they do not, then their whole heat is kind of scrapped out. So that is something that pilots have to absolutely keep in mind. Ready with live stream going on.
Could you just repeat the bands?
Bands.
Like many people were setting it up, so they didn't hear like which band of which racer. And I would like to ask that boots are allowed now. Like, can you?
Yes.
Can you make a like stick like because they say boots are they the boot guys are
That anybody has plugged in, that pilot is going to be disqualified instantly from the whole race. Pilots, keep in mind, if you plug in while somebody is flying, you'll be disqualified from the whole race. It's an absolute no-no and a strict thing that we're going to follow at IDRL from here onwards. Instruction of your drones and everything is already done. Okay, you were given enough time for your practice. It's already way beyond 5 p.m. Our scheduled time. It's 6 p.m. now. We have to get started with the races. Again, if